Good morning, Duff here. Happy Memorial Day. I'd like to extend my sincerest appreciation to all veterans out there. I happen to live with a veteran. Some of you may know, some of you may not may not know that actually Cindy is a veteran herself. She served in the Air Force down here in Southwest Florida. So anyways, I have one more project left here from the Memorial Day weekend, and it has to do with the Tacoma. And if you saw the video from yesterday, you know what it is. If you watch the video from yesterday all the way to the end, you know what this is. When I was at AutoZone yesterday I was getting oil for the oil change, and I just happened to come across this Type S off-road app-controlled light kit. It's basically two smaller. Let me get them out. It's two small running lights here, where the outer two lights are white and the center are color LEDs that you can change color to be whatever you want. So I thought this would be an interesting thing. A lot of people install those light bars in the Tacomas, and I thought I would go with this. And it's funny, on the box it actually shows the Tacoma with this installed. It looked like it was probably an SR5 or something like that, but it shows it with these lights installed in the grill. Now with the TRD Pro style grill that I have, I don't think that's going to be an option, and I don't think that's where I would really want to put them in the first place. I'm thinking I'm going to install them here. Like when Chuck was here, I saw his light bar, and his is installed in here, and I'm thinking I could do the same thing with the lights that I got. It's just a matter of how they will mount cleanly. So I think in order to do this, though, I need to pull this whole grill assembly to give me nice full access to that area. So that's what I'm going to do first. Here's Elsa. Say hi, Elsa. Elsa is guarding the truck for me while I work on it. Say, I'm a good girl. Yeah, good girl. Okay, those of you that have seen my video where I removed my TRD Pro grill, you'll notice that I'm already messing up. There's two screws you have to remove, this one, and then there's push pins somewhere. Where are they? Oh, here. Push pin here and a push pin here, and I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, that is all you need to remove to get this off. The bottom is just, it's kind of on tabs in the bottom, so you just sort of rotate the whole grill assembly forward and then lift it out. So I'm just going to take these screws out quickly. I just figured doing this is going to make the job a lot easier. Make it a lot easier for me to mount the lights in a way that will be solid and look half decent. Okay, popping out the push pins. Okay, they're out. And now, if I remember correctly, the whole thing should come out. I think. Okay, now there wasn't anything low holding it on. I just forgot there's a couple pins that just kind of get snapped into place that I just wasn't being forceful enough to take off. So there is my grill assembly. Just like that, the whole front end looks a whole lot uglier. Huh, so, okay. So the area where I'm thinking about installing it is right here. So let me do some trial fitting and see how these may fit into my plans. Well, I see where I'd like to put them. I think they would look good, sort of like that. But the issue is that there really isn't a good place to mount that. As you can see, there's nothing underneath here at all. Up above there's some metal, but I can't really use that either, so I need to do some thinking here. On the actual grill, there's a nice little ledge that I can mount to very easily, but with the design of the TRD Pro grill, really only the center two lights would be unobstructed, and the other ones, the white lights, would be partially obstructed. Yeah, I don't know if I care about that or not. because we're really kind of into the color ones anyways. Yeah, I can kind of wedge it in here, and there's a little metal frame piece up there. I could wedge it there, but again, it's obstructed. So I'm really thinking my best option is just to put it in the grill the way that I showed, with the two color LEDs exposed clearly, and then the whites will be partially obstructed. Yeah, I don't really see a better way to do it. Like I mentioned on the box, it shows this being done on a Tacoma, but it's the openings in that grill, like I said, I'm not sure if that's a sport or if that's a base model, but the openings in that grill would fit the dimensions of the lights perfectly. TRD Pro Grill, not so much. So what I'm thinking is I would just be mounting it like this, more or less. So the color shifting bulbs are fully exposed, and then the whites will be partially visible. I don't see another way to do it, so let's see what I can come up with. Okay, so this is everything that they include in the kit. The two lights themselves. This is the controller. It's designed to be wired directly to the battery, and they just give you some additional hardware, some screws and stuff. So what they advise you doing is you use the tape, you place it in position, you use the tape to secure it initially, and then you use these screws in addition to bolt it into place. So I just need to pop a couple small holes for the lights. I'm just debating if it would look cooler if I had it all the way out to the sides so the whites are mostly exposed, and then I would just have the color glow through there, or if I had colors exposed and had the whites partially obstructed. I'm kind of thinking the color just glowing around that might look kind of cool, maybe. Decisions. I kind of like having it out to the side as well. Just, I don't know. Just symmetry wise, I think it looks cooler having it out towards the edges instead of shifted in. And of course, if I wanted to be sacrilegious, that's an option. I'll think about it. I can always go back and do it later, I guess. I was thinking that I also could just snip. This is all exposed then, and then everything is exposed. That's an interesting idea. Let me think about that some more. I mean, just one little piece. I paid $400 for this grill. The idea of cutting it in any way is a little nerve-wracking, but I'm thinking if I snip, the light will fit perfectly in this area. And even without the light, I just think missing one of these things will not be even noticeable, really, unless you're looking for it. Alright, I'm going to try to do it. Screw it. Alright, just because I'm doing this does not mean I recommend that you're doing this. But I'm going to try it. Hopefully it cuts cleanly. Okay. It does appear to cut clean. Come on. There we go. Oh my God. Yes, I just cut my $400 grill. But now, I can do that. And that is cool. These dikes aren't very good, so if you have a better pair, there you go. It might come out easier for you. If you're stupid enough to do this, that is. Alright, so little pieces out. It does not appear to have affected the structural integrity of the rest of the grill, which is reassuring. And now I have a perfect spot to mount that light. Whew. So let's do it. Okay, so I had the double-sided tape off. So now the trick is getting this in place while getting the tape where you want it. So I'm going to go above, just drop it down, and just have it sitting there lightly to make sure it's where I want it in the front. Looks good. And press it down a little bit. So now the trick is to remove the actual light assembly, take out the bolt and nut, and then drop a small pilot hole here and actually put those 2 small screws in just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Even though it very well might be fine just with the tape, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so I just unscrewed the adjustment screw here, and I lifted the whole light assembly out. Now I have access to those 2 holes. So I'm gonna drill them. I believe it's an 1/8 inch hole that they're talking about, pilot hole. So let me get my drill. Okay, holes drilled. Two little Phillips heads. I can't believe I cut in my TRD Pro Grill. I wonder how much shit I'm going to get for that. Probably a lot. Okay. Alright, so there you go, nice and tight. Now I'm just going to put this light assembly back on and then rinse and repeat for the other side. When you don't have a head GoPro mount, just stick it under your chin. Okay, nice and tight. Nice, huh? That's nice. I like that. Even if with cutting my grill, I still like it. Okay. Like I said, I'm doing the same thing the other side, so I don't think you really need to watch all that again. And one unforeseen thing was because of the orientation of these bolts, it was fine to access on that side. This side, I don't have any clearance. So I need to think how I want to handle that. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Those of you that couldn't figure out what I was doing there, I was giving myself an access hole. So I can stick a screwdriver through here and still get to it. So the question is, will it work? Yeah, I'm crazy. Okay. Okay. Yes, I just drilled a big, nasty looking hole on the inside of the grill. But it did give me access for a screwdriver. Oof. So, again, you're not going to ever see this. I'll deburr a little bit, I guess. But this will just be our dirty little secret, okay? Nothing to see here. Okay. Just drop these 2 screws in, and then everything should be fantastic, right? I'm assuming, or I'm hoping that this is the most challenging part of the install. Hooking up some wires can't be so bad compared to this. And I didn't see anything in the instructions about drilling access holes through the side of your TRD Pro grills to make this work, but you know, got to improvise sometimes. Okay, it's screwed in. So now I'm going to hopefully be able to reattach the light and tighten it down. Okay, I have the bracket on. And now I will attempt to tighten through my improvised hole. Okay, I have it pretty tight. I don't have it as tight as I want it. Alright, so I need to because I'm not dead center on it, obviously it's harder to turn this. There we go, that actually feels pretty good. It's pretty good now. Okay. Alright, so there you can see it, the screw popping through the bottom. That one's over there. So let's see what it looks like in the front. All the plastic shavings. Nice. Looks good, right? Yeah, it turned out okay. Can't really, I mean, I can kind of see that hole back there, but that's the only way you can see it is if you stuck your face up there. Is the only way you're going to see my little screw hole, so it looks pretty good. Wow, that's exciting, wasn't it? Wow. Okay, so at this point I believe I'm ready to put the grill back on and then start worrying about the wiring. I'm going to put it on. You may remember my graceful technique for getting this on, where I have to kind of look down below to make sure that all these alignment tabs are in place first. Okay, it's on. Okay, so I'm now attaching the connectors for these. They are keyed, so in theory you should not be able to mess it up. You basically just press them together and then you screw them together. They're weatherproof fittings. One, where's the other? So you can see the process up close and personal. Alright. So now it's just a matter of deciding where I want to mount this, the controller. Some buttons on the top of it, so I should keep those accessible. So just keep it away from anything hot, which makes sense. Let's see, here maybe? There's double-sided tape for this. Let me think what I want to do with this. Okay, after some thinking, I am mounting the controller right here. Popped a couple holes in this plastic support piece. Should work out just fine. I'm going to zip tie it. Okay, I'm now making the power connections. Connects directly to the battery. There's a inline fuse. Looks like these top terminals are 12 millimeter. Okay, just want to do something a little bit. Not really sure if I want to do something with that or not, with the fuse link. Let me mess around with it a little bit. Lights do work, by the way, obviously, because they are on. They are on. So I need to download the app to control these. So let me do that. Okay, so of course the most important thing is how do they look? I've just downloaded the Type S app, and right now I'm messing with the two color bulbs that are in the middle. As you can see, I'm switching them, and it just has a big color wheel that you just pick your color. You go crazy. Not really sure what color I want to use. Yellow. That's their orange. Unfortunately, it's not really Inferno orange, but that's their orangish color. And the whites, let's turn them up. You have a slider here. You change the brightness up to, oh my God, I'm blind, to something much more reasonable. I mean, you can turn it down to the point where you'd be able to drive during the daytime, and I don't think you'd cause a problem with anybody. So that's nice. And then, since they are wired to the battery, thing is they don't shut off automatically. They shut off based on voltage. Like if it senses that the voltage is below 12 volts, they shut off. But you can also just flip it off with the master slider on the app, and that turns everything off. So there's all kinds of settings on here. You can do you can do annoying epileptic flashing, spot and color light. This is just the color lights. This is just the spotlights, where it turns everything white, bright white, including the ones in the middle. So yeah, these, even during daytime, these are quite bright. I'm quite interested in seeing how these will look at nighttime. I think they'll look pretty cool. So yeah, just a better look at the app right there. So I would call this a success. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these wires up a little bit, maybe tie wrap them just so they don't flop around at all. And this should be fine here. There's clearance. That wire will not be pinched, but I might tie that down as well just to make it look a little bit neater. So yeah, this was an interesting project, huh? I had no intentions of cutting into my grill, but I'm glad that I did, because I think it would have looked kind of odd otherwise. And I think it would have looked weird having them obstructed, so I think that was really the way to go. I like the outcome of that. So anyways, if you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Thank you for helping me get over 2,000 subscribers. I'm now at like 230, 240. It's accelerating, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, that's it. Hope you have a great Memorial Day. Thank you again to all of our veterans, and until next time, doff man out.